Hello there. I'd like to talk to you a little bit about the driver's education program. Every teenager has to go through it, and it's always one of those dreadful moments or maybe one of those scary times in your life. I know from my personal experience when I was growing up and I was in driver's education, I enjoyed it immensely. I thought it was a very great program. Indiana's made a lot of changes to that program. And what I'd like to do today is talk about the driver's education program, but not from a student's point of view. I'd like to talk to you about it from an instructor's point of view. Now let's face it, most driver's ed instructors are school teachers or former school teachers, and unfortunately, most of them are old guys like me. Now what I'd like to do is I'd like to change that perspective for you. First of all, as a school teacher, we don't make an incredible amount of money. It's a good job and it's great benefits, and we only work 180 days a year. I understand all that. However, as a school teacher, wouldn't you like to add $10,000 a year to your bottom line? In fact, that's better than what the master's program gave you for your master's degree back when they used to give you raises for that. Unfortunately, the state of Indiana decided, hey, we're not going to do that anymore. This is a way that you could potentially, over the course of your entire career, add $250,000 to $300,000 to your life before you retire. Now, every time I talk about driver's education, every time I tell someone, hey, you know what? I want to be a driver's ed instructor, I always get that look like they kind of, oh, okay, well, good luck with your life. I'll come to your funeral. And that's just simply not how it is. In fact, I've been behind the wheel for a while now, and it's a very relaxing experience. It just is. And so today, in my video, I want to introduce you to what it's going to take to enter the driver's education program, just how simple it is, and just how easy it is. For example, have you ever been behind the wheel? You're driving along, somebody just swerves right in, they cut you off, and then you're upset and you're angry and you're shaking your fist and you're having a conversation with someone through your car as if they could hear you. I've been there too. Wouldn't you like to change that? And in fact, instead of changing that in you, wouldn't you like to change other people? I know I would. And so what you could do as a driver's ed instructor is you could impart those things into our future drivers of America. What I'm hoping is that I've gotten your attention. You're thinking, kind of scratching your head thinking, you know, that does sound like a pretty good deal, but I don't know where to start. I don't know where to get the car. I don't know how to get certified. I don't know where to go and what to do. Well, I'll answer all of those for you today. The first thing you need to do is you need to get certified. Indiana State University has an excellent program. It'll take you about 8 weeks. The paperwork is not bad. In fact, what you actually do during your graduate study or undergraduate study, because Indiana State offers both programs, you will develop your classroom curriculum so that when you leave, you are ready to teach the program. And when you leave, you will be very well equipped to teach the entire class and the driving portion itself. But the next question would be, where do I get my car? What about insurance? What about all the paperwork? And in all practical purposes, I have no idea. When you're thinking, whoa, what are you even recording this video for? I never got into researching that because I decided to do something far easier. I went to a driving academy, and the driving academy that I use is called Ahead of the Curve. It is a wonderfully ran program, and they pay just a little bit less than my school did. Instead of $28 an hour, I'm getting $25 an hour. But I don't have to worry about getting a car. One's provided for me. I don't have to worry about insurance. The company takes care of it. In fact, I don't have to worry or stress about how am I going to get all 30 of my students through driver's education, because at Ahead of the Curve, there are 7 instructors. And any one of my students can schedule with any one of them at any time throughout the entire school year. So you see, there's not this huge crunch in the summertime on getting all my kids through. In fact, it's very relaxing. You can work as many hours as you would like or as few as you would like. So let's recap. I've gotten your attention on that this program is actually pretty decent. But is it dangerous? And I don't think so. I've been behind the wheel a little bit now. And I've been with 3 different instructors. I've been with myself. And I haven't had my heart rate raise at all. In fact, it's a very relaxing environment. Because as an instructor, the more amped up you become, the more amped up your kids will be. So there's music playing sometimes, and it's nice and chill, and I've rarely used the brake, and I have never grabbed the steering wheel. In fact, I've never seen any of our instructors grab a steering wheel yet. Now, don't get me wrong, it happens, but the better you get, the better you can anticipate. And in fact, you do this already. You already anticipate things happening. When you're on a row of parked cars and you look up in the distance and you see some brakes coming on, you think, man, maybe that person's going to open their door right out in front of me. And you take actions. And the same is true for your student driver, except you are the voice of reason. It's really simple. And there's some very simple things that you do in the car that are so easy to accomplish. Here's your piece of paper. Let me get the camera to focus this. There it goes. And there's some simple things on here like pre-start and starting, moving forward and backwards, proper hand position, okay, entering traffic. And you can see that there's just one column. And you just worry about that column. This student happens to be on drive number 3. They've already completed drives 1 and 2, and they've been given some scores for those drives. So while you're in the car, you just have this with you, and when you notice that they've done something well or something you need to work on, you just make a little mark. It takes, in the hour that you drive with your students, it probably takes up about 3 minutes of your time. Then when you're done, you can give your student this piece of paper. And this paper is really actually pretty cool. They get to take this piece of paper home with them, and then they can reflect on it and think about things to improve. Mom and dad get to see this paper, and then you give them one of these new every single time. I can tell you without a shadow of a doubt that as relaxing of a time that I've had in my graduate program, in my driver's education itself, even behind the wheel, even teaching the classes, the biggest regret that I actually have, and the question I've asked myself for a little bit, is why didn't I start this sooner? Let me encourage you that driver's education is not a life-threatening situation. It's not dangerous. It's relaxing. It's enjoyable. You actually get to have a class of kids that want to be there. That's so rare in our profession, folks. It's so rare. They want to be there. They want to learn from you because you have what they need. And it's a great time. You develop great relationships. In fact, you'll have former students that you've had great relationships with, and it just makes it even better. I would encourage you, get in touch with your local driving academy. Talk to them about it. Bring the driver's education program back. And if the driver's education program is already at your school, awesome. Expand it. Make it larger. Make it something that young people want to do. Because, let's face it, I'm old. We're tired. Not really. But you understand where I'm coming from. Hopefully this video has enlightened you. Feel free to contact me. I can walk you through every step of the process.